Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 9 of my Moncton Lions franchise. I'm just going to address something real quick here before I keep going. Uh, if you can see here, the Stanley Cup champions are now the Washington Capitals. It was the Edmonton Oilers in the sim that I made in episode number 8. Sadly, I kind of forgot that I had to save getting to the draft, or else it wouldn't save properly. And so I kind of lost that part. It went back to like April 27th, but nothing changed other than the fact that Washington won the Stanley Cup instead of Edmonton. I know that's kind of a bummer, but the stats didn't change, progressions didn't change for the players. Um, I'm still number 9 overall. Nothing of that has changed, and the same teams grabbed the same spots. Nothing changed for the future of this franchise, nothing changed. The only thing that changed is that the Washington Capitals and Alexander Ovechkin won their second Stanley Cup. Um, so I'm sorry. Next time it won't happen. I know now to save at the NHL entry draft just to make sure, and it won't happen again. So I've scouted a few prospects before starting this video, and let's get into it right now. As you see here, Lazarev had a heck of a year, 42 goals in 67 games, so he's looking awesome for next year. And Cole Perfetti, who was his wingman, won the Calder Trophy, so I mean he looks awesome too. I've looked at a few prospects, and I'm quite confident in the ones that I will pick. So without further ado, let's get into the NHL entry draft, shall we? So the first pick belongs to the Arizona Coyotes. Now, as you would know, that's not what I'm looking to target here. I would really love to move up either 5, 6, or 7. And I see that the Hurricanes want to trade that pick. Now, that's not necessarily a good thing, because that means they're just going to want somebody that I probably can't give them. Although the Klim Kostin experience doesn't look super right now, so I could give up on that. Or maybe Philippe Myers, because he doesn't fit the coach's scheme. I'm thinking about it here, but they probably don't want my first. Yeah, see, I'm not going to go for Carolina's pick. I'd see that as unrealistic, giving them draft picks. But Buffalo, I see it as being, realistic, and here's why I say that. Buffalo has plenty of depth at center. 5, 6, 7 are all playmaking centers. They have Eichel, Reinhardt can play center, Middlestad can play center, Cousins can play center, Dellandrea. I mean, they have plenty of centers here. That's probably not what they're going to look at in this draft, or what they should be looking at anyways. They should probably be looking at somebody who can play alongside Erasmus Dahlin here, because they don't have anything. So I'll take pick number 6. And I'll give them a package of picks. Okay, I'll give them number 9. And do I go right ahead and give them 27? Or do I just give them a second rounder for next year? Let's try a second rounder for next year. And my 9th overall for my 6th overall. Just a touch. Alright, so just make this quick here. Just give them a 4th. Their own 4th back. Let's give them that. All right, perfect. So we moved up right where we wanted to move up. So that's good. And we still have our 27th pick, which I'm pretty thrilled about. The next thing I kind of wanted to do here, I probably won't have enough time, but I wanted to trade because there's a prospect. Let me see if I can find him. I know that Arizona's going to pick pretty soon. There's a prospect here who is it this guy? I believe it's this guy, Pedersen, who I really like. Ola Pedersen, who I'd love to try. and so I might try to move up to 18. Let's just sim Arizona's pick here. So Arizona got a two-way forward, Salonen, 80 overall, medium elite. I'm not upset that we missed out on that. Not upset one bit. So maybe just move up to 17 here, make sure he's not gone. What does Calgary want off of my lineup? Of course, they want the same guys here. If I give them... I'm not ready to give up on Klim Kostin yet. I think he might have just had a bad year. I might regret it. But we have a lot of defensive prospects in the pipeline here. And Philippe Myers is definitely a name that I could put here and give them with that. Do I give them 27? Philippe Myers and 27. Or do I just go, instead of moving up to a team like that, do I just go with the Blue Jackets, who probably will want to give up their, well, they don't want to give up their pick, but they'll probably want, so 27, so 15, 27, 53. I might as well give them a prospect while I'm at it. Who do I want to give? Who do I want to give up? How many defensemen do we have? How much time do I have here? Defenseman, defenseman, defenseman. I mean, we could possibly. I kind of don't want to get rid of Phil Myers though, because he is a Moncton native. Just give them this prospect. Is that going to go through 27, 53 and a low top 9 forward? But yeah, I didn't think that would go through. If I give them, here, let me give them another pick here. My third rounder from Arizona. Well, package of picks. Still not going through. Let's give them a Navigators fourth with that. Okay, so this is going to be harder than it looks. Oh, did they? Oh, no. Come on. No, okay, I'll just let Montreal make the pick, and then I'll come back to it. So Montreal is going to pick Hull, who's a 79 overall two-way defenseman. All right, so let's go back and try and take this pick away here from Columbus. So for 15, I'd be willing to give you 27 from the Devils. I want to keep 38. I have a prospect in mind. 53 and 56. Would that work? 27, 53, and 56 for 15. I wouldn't say that's insufficient, Columbus, but what do I do? Do I have good defensive prospects? I mean, do I really need? The thing that really scares me is that I don't have a lot of two-way defensemen. I mean, to be honest with you, I think they want to be stubborn. I think I'll just keep my pick, and I won't try to offer them, and then I'll just get a lot of quantity. So let's simulate to my pick, number 6. So Carolina went with Brad Lambert, which kind of sucks. I mean, not going to lie, I would have wanted Brad Lambert. So Brad Lambert's off the board, which means next best available player. Definitely in my mind, I don't think it's that close. Although Matthew Savoy did have an amazing year last year, probably even better than Shane Wright's. I don't understand why they say his professionalism is an issue. He doesn't have a lot of issues in real life. I mean, I gotta go for Shane Wright. Savoy kind of looks better, though. That's kind of weird to me. He's never looked. Do I want a Nicholas Backstrom or a Patrick? I mean, Patrick Kane even sounds better than. They're basically a carbon copy of each other. Look, I'm just gonna go by what would be realistic in real life, and in real life, I definitely think Shane Wright is the better prospect. I don't understand why it says his character is an issue, because in real life that's not it. I mean, he's an assistant captain. He was an assistant captain, I believe, when he was 15. So I don't understand. I'll just go with Shane Wright, and the Islanders will definitely probably take Matthew Savoy. So Shane Wright can be center number 2 or even center number 1, depending. He won't be ready for next year. We'll have to have a replacement for next year. We'll have to have a center playmaker or a second line center there for sure next year. But we can worry about that in free agency. So Matthew Savoy, I mean, these three are all carbon copies of each other's 76 overall center playmakers, medium elite. The only thing is I like Lambert a lot because I can play him in the AHL right away. I think in one of my other videos I explained why I like the Europeans better in this game. Let's simulate to pick number 27. See what went off the board here. A lot of top 6 forwards. I'm curious to see the defenseman that I wanted. Oh, he was good too. I think that's the one. Pedersen. Was it Pedersen or was it Pedersen or Ekholm that I wanted? I believe it was Pedersen. If so, Withmore was awesome, but he's a defensive defenseman, and I have tons of those. Regier was a good prospect there, 78 overall, medium elite left winger. So this draft class is pretty strong. Let's see if I can strike somebody here. To be completely honest with you, the player that impressed me the most, I'll probably go with this left defenseman, but the player that impressed me the most out of everybody is this right winger right here. A power forward who looks like he's absolutely devastating. But I will go, because we need a lot of defense, I'll go with Matthias Kruger and hope that he's good. Oh, that was a bad pick. A top 6 D-man. And I'm hoping that they didn't go with that. They didn't. So let's just check out here at the end. I had a terrible pick there. That happens from time to time. Actually, it doesn't look like I had that much of a terrible pick because I wouldn't have hit on any one of these. Top 9 forwards, top 6 D-man. I wouldn't have hit on any one of these, but I really do think that this prospect, who I took a chance and hopefully wasn't going to get picked, I think this guy is the steal of the draft. I think he will be awesome. He's NHL ETAs in 1 year, and I'm definitely taking a shot here on, what's his name? Matty Engren. Matty Engren is pretty good. A top 6 forward, medium potential, 71 overall power forward. That's definitely, at this point in the draft, looking at the other players, that is a good pick. That is a good pick. And let's just simulate to pick number 53. Oh, that was Del Zotto was good. Low elite, right wing playmaker. Medium elite left wing playmaker, but I mean, we don't need any left winger or playmakers. Bullbrook was a good goal. He's 71 overall already. There's a couple of steals down here. I almost went with the goalie, but I don't really need that. Although he would have already been better than. So do I want another top 6 D-man? Or do I want to take a shot on somebody? I'd rather take a shot on somebody at this point here. A low top 6 forward, power forward. Nicholas Ackerman. Nicholas Ackerman. He looks like more of a project than anything else. Is he offensive D-man? Balance, quickness, passing ability. His character. He is for sure a defensive defenseman. I don't need that. Tourists here. Okay, Coleman. Oh, that are some good stats. Derek Ross. That's some good stats. I'll go with this guy, Derek Ross, a left winger out of the USA. Well, that's a good pick. Left wing playmaker, top 6 forward. At this point in the draft, I think that's a good pickup. And I'm only simulating a few picks here. So Latinen and Turris got picked. And here I am again on the clock here. Let's go with, do I go with Coleman? I go with Naslin here out of the, yeah, no, that doesn't look good. I'll go with Nicholas Ackerman. A low top 6, 60 overall power forward. Did I miss anything in there? Nothing was looking that good, but I'll stop doing it after the second round there. But did I miss anything in there? Low top 6. No, I didn't miss much. All right. Medium top 6 Ds, low top 6 forwards. That's about the name of the game at this point. And in the third round is where I really can go for a shot. And I know I've said that quite a few times here, but I like to go for goalies. And goalies of this caliber with a .958 save percentage in an A+ league. I know it was only 5 games played, but still, this goaltending prospect looks really good. And if he doesn't do much, we can always trade him. He's a 48 overall starter. Wow, okay, I didn't expect that. That's a pretty bad pick, but all right, so let's just go and make our picks here. Ramo here is a bust. Sort by busts and gems. Do they have any gems? No gems, just a bust. At this point, I could almost sort by potential. And I'll grab out of the USA again. I'll grab Neil Boyce. Neil Boyce, power forward, top 9. I'm getting a lot of power forwards in this draft, which, you know, I really like the power forwards. But okay, potential again. Let's do it. Ryder Thompson. No, that pick didn't work. All right, do I have another pick in the 4th round? No, I don't want extra picks. I'd rather go for quality at this point. Medium top 4. Let's try Jaden Waltz. Oh, that's a good one. A medium top 4 defenseman here in the 4th round. Jaden Waltz. Okay, so that's good. That one kind of fell into our laps. That's not good scouting from me, but I mean, I'll definitely take it. Cody Uwe seems interesting. 8 goals and 6 assists as a defenseman. Let's go with Cody Uwe. Offensive D-man. Sucks that he's a 7th D-man because we need some offense down in DA. Oh, and Kolosov here was a low elite. I don't think we would have gotten him, but oh, and right off the bat here we have a left defense medium elite enforcer. I mean, I can't pass up that one. Got to go. That didn't work. 7 D-man, and I believe, is that our last pick? That's our last pick. That was 7th round pick. So this is a draft. I mean, Wright looks promising. Kruger was a bit of a not a bust, but it wasn't a solid pick. But Engren was definitely a solid pick. Ross was a good pick. I believe Walls was a good pick at 127. We got a few decent ones in there. Shane Wright is definitely the most solid out of everyone. So I'm just gonna sim to the re-sign phase here. And my NHL head coach, I might re-sign him. I don't know, but I might let him go to free agency. Well, whatever, free agency for coaches, I guess, and might hire myself a whole new coaching staff depending on who fits better. And all those scouts, I won't make you watch all of that. Klim Kostin, Montembeault, okay. I'm just gonna skip ahead and then do all the contracts and stuff off screen, and then when I'm almost at free agency, I'll show you guys what I did. So I'll be right back. All right, boys and girls, so we're about here to head into free agency. Just wanted to show you, it doesn't look like I had a lot of trouble with the contracts here. High-profile names with contracts, Devontae's or Devontae's or whatever. I don't know how he likes it pronounced, but I signed him to a 2-year deal, not a lot more than that. I don't see him as a big part of the future, but he does fit very well right now in this team. Alexander Steen is coming back on a 1-year deal. Myers and Costin and Lemieux. I let go of who did I let go of now? Brock McGinn, because he wanted $2.3 million to sit on my bench, so no. And the rest of them all got signed, including Shane Wright, Engren, a couple of them there. Torgerson, who was from another draft. Ross, I signed a couple of them there to an entry-level deal. And in goal, I mean, Montembeault is going to have to accept that at some point. He'll be the backup. Markstrom will be the elite goalie for the next 2 years, and it's something that I like to see is that Appleby is now at a 71 overall, so he is getting ready, and he might get another jump. He's getting ready to take that jump and surpass Foucault here as my AHL starter. So let's head into free agency, but before I do, I just kind of want to talk about what the plans are. So this is going to be a little bit of a busier free agency than usual. Since Shane Wright is not going to be ready, I don't assume, for the NHL this year, I would love to get like a rental offensive centerman for the second line or the first line, depending. Perfetti is 83. He might progress. He might. But I would really like somebody. Stepan as a two-way forward, so I like him better on that third line. I like a veteran forward for just 1 year who can help on that second line, preferably maybe the first, depending if Perfetti's ready. So that's one thing I'm going to go for. And the other thing I'm going to go for here is a defenseman. Because I don't think an 82 overall Ethan Bear should be matched up with an 89 overall Mikhail Sergachev. I like a defenseman for that top pairing with Sergachev because last year was pretty rough, -14 for him and -17 for him. So I like a top pairing defenseman for Mikhail Sergachev, and probably ideally I would place Bear and Hedman on the same line. Offensive defenseman and defensive defenseman. So those are my priorities here, and I'm also going to maybe look at a new coaching staff coming up here. So let's just advance. I did not renew any of the coaches. So I think I'll go for the coaching staff first. All AHL guys. Hire coach. Gugliano is my former head coach. Is there anybody better than him? Or is he the best one available? He is not. And he is not. It looks like Gugliano is the best available. My goodness, nobody fits on my team or what? It looks like Gugliano will be staying in Moncton here. Sergachev Sanford. Yeah, it's looking like Could somebody tell me what's that caused by? Is it because a lot of my players... Is that Dustin Bufflin? Dustin Bufflin. No, I can't bring him on. That'll screw up so much. It looks like Giuliano, you'll be getting another offer, my man. Manny Giuliano here, I'll give you that. And now let's look at assistant, associate coaches, and assistant coaches. That Carl Alsner, Kenny Alsner. Any former NHLers here, just off the top of my head. Doesn't look like it. Which one fits best on my team? Oh, this guy. This guy's a associate coach. Okay, well, I'll sign him. Cool, $1 million per year there, bud. Keep her going. And an assistant coach, maybe. I probably won't even bother for a goalie coach. And this guy looks good because he power play PK. And he works a lot. Unless, is there somebody who works? Oh, this guy. This guy's 58%. Yeah, I'll go with Rawlings here instead. Rawlings can be the coach. And do I bother with a goaltending coach, or do I just Ekblad here with the goalies? Evan Ekblad, not Aaron Ekblad. Evan Ekblad. So I guess I'll do that. That will be my coaching staff. Now, knowing that the staff that I tried to hire has the same head coach it usually has, I kind of have an idea from scouting these guys who would fit well on the team. And he only wants 1 year. Too bad he doesn't fit anywhere. I'd love for him to fit. A defenseman that really does fit on this team. I'm hoping he's still here. He is still here. Colton Parayko fits very well on my team. He is who I'm going to sign here. Oh, he wants long-term, though. He wants long-term. I'll give you 3 years, $6 million. So I'll bump up the money, give less term. I think he will pair very well with Sergachev on that first line. And I don't know, maybe Thomas Hertl fits on that second line. He wants 6 years, though. Oh, that I don't like. I mean, Giroux would be perfect, but Giroux probably is going to take... He's probably going to take... Unless I go with Ryan Strome again. I mean, bring back Ryan Strome. That wouldn't be realistic. I just traded him away. Vinny Trocheck is a two-way forward. Why is everybody... Ivan Barbashev, maybe? Oh, that sucks. Let's just go centers, first of all. This is a center market. Strome, Hertl, Jumbo Joe, Cahoon, and then now I'm starting to get, yeah. I think the move here, I think, boys, I'm going to have to... Oh, do I want to go with Claude Giroux? Oh, I don't want to screw up the lines, though. He doesn't fit anywhere. It's a tough decision. Does he wants 2 years. Ivan Barbashev. Well, being from Moncton, Ivan Barbashev did play... with the Moncton Wildcats. I think we bring back one of Moncton's former favorite players. I remember Barbashev and Garland being absolutely ridiculous together in the QMJHL. And I think is 2 years at 5.2 a bit of an overpayment. I don't know. I want to get him over Carolina. So Ivan Barbashev and Colton Parayko. So I'm basically taking the Blues team. Is there anybody else that I would like to sign here? Maybe like maybe I sign some depth. Would that work? Like a depth winger or something? Dustin Brown, definitely not. I was really interested up here in like a Wayne Simmons type of deal. He was in the top 6 forward lines though. Raju. Let's go with forwards, so narrow it down a bit. Mikheyev, maybe. I want somebody who really fits here. Roslovic. Forward line 3, huh? He's a restricted free agent. I knew it. Trocheck. Blake Coleman. Sammy Blais was a playmaker. Can't really do that. Nikushkin's probably a sniper. He is. David Perron. Nick Foligno for that bottom. I kind of just want like some type of... You know what? David Perron. David Perron's the guy, I think. I'll sign you to 1 year, $4 million. There. So David Perron, Colton Parayko, and Ivan Barbashev returning to the city of Moncton. If I can sign him here. He's declining. That sucks because he was a pretty good associate coach. I hope the assistant coach, please head coach, it's the goalie coach. Oh yeah, Giuliano. That's my boy coming back. I like that guy. He's a loyal guy. And now I'll just have to hire an associate coach. Would it be crazy to offer it to Dustin Byfuglien? Eva Fanuff. She's 58% a fit. I'll definitely take a look at Eva Fanuff. And I'll give you a cool $1 million too, Eva. Eva Fanuff. Yeah, I like that. I don't think I'll bother with the goaltending coaches. Eva Fanuff. Associate coach. Perron accepts. Barbashev accepts. Eva Fanuff is an associate coach, and I mean, I could be wrong here, but she could be the first female assistant coach in the NHL. If so, I'm really happy to be a part of that history for sure. Part of the history books for that, but her skill set looks really good. She's 58% a fit, which is a lot more of a fit than anybody else that I saw. Eva Fanuff, definitely glad to have you on the squad. And Parayko, Colton Parayko, 6'6", 230 pounds. That is an awesome addition. So let's just sim to next season. They want to swap second round picks, and they want Matt Roy. Matt Roy must be on the trade block here. It's essentially Matt Roy for a fourth. They want to give me Zucker and Granlund. No. Evander Kane. Don't want him either. Tepley. Okay. Don't want Evander Kane. Iafallo and no. If you give me some good offers for Matt Roy, I might take them, but for Kevin Hayes, oh my goodness, that's a solid deal for me. But Kevin Hayes doesn't really, does he fit on the team? I mean, I brought in Barbashev now, and he still has 4 years at 7 million. Oh, I can't see myself spitting Chiclet's beauty, but I can't see myself. I can't see that being a smart business move. Manson, Montreal wants to give me Manson. Dougie Hamilton. No, I'll decline that. I have my offensive D, man. I have Ethan Bear. I don't think I needed a second one. Matt Roy essentially for a fifth. Hurdle, no. Ackerman a third and a fourth for a second. Okay, so Klim Kostin did not sign yet, so we're gonna have to do that. Actually, no. I usually bring it to the edit line screen, so that's what I'll do this time again. Kostin, Myers, and Lemieux. That's who's missing. Myers, I can give you a good $2 million. And Brendan Lemieux, 1.350. I know who I want to commit to long term here, and that's why I'm not offering a lot of long term contracts, because unless it's a Lazarev or a Perfetti or a Shane Wright or something in a few years, everybody accepts to play in Moncton for another year. Excuse me. Tanner Pearson, they want to get rid of Pearson. It's him to next season now. I would have taken a good offer for Matt Roy, but I'm not really. Matt Dumba, I don't need a defenseman. Not really in a rush to get rid of Matt Roy. Realistically, taking on another defenseman wouldn't make a whole lot of sense, because I want Hedman to get some time here. This looks, I was going to say. I'm going to edit the lines. I'll set the captains, edit the AHL lines, and I'll show you, once I'm done, what I came up with. So until then, we'll see you in a couple minutes. Alright, so here are the lines we're going to start with here to begin year number 3. Kind of disappointed here a bit at some of the connections that I was able to make. I'll have to get better at this whole chemistry thing, but Guryanov might not be the sniper of the future here on that second line. He is an 84 overall, but he does not fit whatsoever on that line. I could, for example, take Steen and put him on that line, but then Guryanov doesn't fit on that line either. So I'm kind of puzzled as to what to do with Guryanov. This is the Russian line here, Guryanov, Barbashev, and Kostin. I don't know what to do with Guryanov. Glad to see Kostin go up in overall, despite last year, so that was good. I don't want to put him on the third line, knowing that he went up in overall, and he does have an awesome chemistry fit for that second line. So we might have to juggle the lines here a bit. Guryanov, I thought, might be able to squeeze in there and be the sniper of the future for this line. I'm starting to regret that decision a bit, and I think he might be some trade bait here with his contract coming up at the end of the year, knowing he doesn't fit in the future of this team. Lazarev, Perfetti, Sanford, though, on that first line looks awesome. I mean, look at Lazarev's connection. I mean, it's unreal with the first line. Perfetti's looking good with the first line, and so is Zach Sanford. Just looking here. I mean, Guryanov kind of... I could put Lazarev on the second line, but why do that? I mean, he's our best player. Steiner could go up there. I might do that mid-season, actually. It's all depending. But yeah, that's kind of where I am with this team right now. And also on defense, what kind of bummed me out is that Parayko, what I thought was a good fit for this team. It said all defensive pairings. I was wrong, or the game was wrong, because he doesn't really fit, sadly, on that Sergachev line. And we did sign him to 3 years, so it would be kind of weird to just up and trade him right now. So we'll have to find another solution here. Hopefully Ulf Hedman can develop, because he fits on the first line, but I don't want to put him there right now. That would mean putting Sergachev on the right, which he can do, but it's not really realistic to take your superstar out of his spot and just so a rookie can play. Anyways, and Devontae's and Philippe Myers round out the bottom pairing here. And in net, we have Markstrom, and I just realized that I forgot to sign Sam Montembeault to a contract, so I'll have to do that before the season starts. Right now, Zachary Fucali is the backup. In the AHL, what I'm liking to see here is Appleby's slowly climbing there. He's at 73 overall, which is awesome. And the line combinations, boy, this chemistry looks awesome. Hoglander does not fit on the first line, but he's a 78 overall. And I don't want him to go down in overall, because he might get called up at some point here this year if he goes up from that. Engren, Bastian, and Ross make +3. Baptiste, Fonstad, and Grittown make a +3. And then Torgerson, Stotts, and Linjala to round out the 12 forwards. What I like is Fonstad and Stotts, man. They were just random signees, undrafted players that I just decided to pick up out of the blue, and look at how certainly Fonstad, look at how he's developing at 22 here, being a 74 overall. Pretty impressed with that. And the defensive pairings are as follows. So Kasparaitis and Gouli will start on the first line. This is all about the A-man. It's all about growing your young talent. And Kasparaitis and Gouli are going to get plenty playing time on that first pairing. Makoshin and Viro will be on that second pairing. Here, Viro, who was drafted way back in 2020, my first draft. It's a high top 6, so I need to get that potential. And he, on a line with Makoshin, he's going to do very well there. And Van de Sompel and Bergman are my 2 best defensemen, but like I said, name of the game here is developing. And we're definitely doing that here with these combinations. Glad to see Gratton there. Probably might give some power play time to the youngsters. I don't get why Linjala's on there. Yeah, let's change that right now. Engren can go on there, and that's even a better fit. And a defenseman, Caden Gouli, you can go on the power play. He's an awesome fit. My goodness. And Gratton fit on any of the power plays? Doesn't look like it. All right, well, that might be why he's not growing as fast here as a low elite. All right, so that's the team. I don't want to do a lot of micromanaging. And the NHL team is as follows, like you saw. That's the NHL team. And the captains. So the captains, I mean, this is Sergachev, all about Sergachev and Lazarev. This is their team to take into the future. Perfetti also, I mean, Shane Wright, once he comes, is going to be really awesome. Steiner is that veteran that we need. He's been here a couple of years, so I put him over guys like Perron, Stepan, Moncton Navigators legend. But I decided to give it to Steiner. He's been here the longest, and he is, from all accounts, he is quite a character guy, just listening to Spitting Chicklets and stuff like that, and listening to people talk about him. He's an all-around great guy, and provides a lot of veteran leadership on this team here going forward. So we're just going to go off camera here real quick. I'm going to go sign Montembeault before I forget. And let's sim to the first game of the season, see who our year 3 first opponent will be. So see you in a sec. Alright, so real quick here, this is a trade that I didn't see if it was going to work before offering it, but kind of makes a lot of sense. Gurianov, let's try to get him off the team. He doesn't fit on this new coaching scheme. And Puljujarvi looks like he fits on forward line 2. So let's try this. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but at least I can say that I tried something. Puljujarvi's signed to 3 years now at $5.660. Gurianov's on an expiring contract. So let's try this. I think are they the same overall? They're completely the same overall. So not losing here. They're not particularly interested. What about if we just go 1 for 1? 1 for 1. Puljujarvi for Gurianov. All right. Moves have been made. Moves have been made. Let's try to see if he fits better. I hope he does. I hope he does, man. Come on. Yes, sir. That is a good move. So now they get that +3 on the second line too. Oh, that is good. That is good. That is some good GMing. Some good GMing. Oh, that was clutch. That was clutch. Now, if I can only get the bottom pairings here to get some chemistry, I'll be good. Puljujarvi can be, I mean, he's still only 24 years old, ladies and gentlemen. He can still progress a bit. If he does well on that second line with Barbashev and Kostin, no reason why he can't progress here. And I can't take Lazarev off that line. Look at that. It's a perfect fit for the first line. It's a perfect fit. It's a perfect fit. All right, so that was a good move. 1 for 1. Puljujarvi for Gurianov. So let's sim the preseason here. Be right back. All right, so here we are at the start of year number 3. Our first opponent in the next episode, of course, will be the St. Louis Blues. And just to show you something a bit exciting here is that this year in the draft, in the Year 4 draft, we will finally have our first medium franchise potential defenseman, Maxime Parks. And what I found really interesting is that he plays for the Rimouski Oceanic. And if you're not familiar with QMJHL, I mean, that's the same franchise that I believe Vincent Lecavalier, Sidney Crosby, and Alexis Lafreniere all played for. So, I mean, how are they producing all these franchise-level talents? Lafreniere is not looking so good in the NHL right now, but, I mean, he hasn't played in a while. I'm not losing faith in Lafreniere for sure, but really interesting to see here a medium franchise defenseman going in year number 4. So, that's going to be it for episode number 9. I really like the moves that we made. Particularly that Puljujarvi move, just taking a shot there last minute, seeing a problem on the team, which was Gurianov. Not that he's a problem, but he didn't fit the chemistry, and just making a move. And now Gurianov can go in Edmonton and play alongside of Connor McDavid. So, I mean, he hasn't lost. I don't think he feels like he lost this trade at all. I think he's stoked to be playing alongside of Connor McDavid and Boone Jenner. Bit strange, but I mean, definitely a good. I'm feeling good about that deal, and I'm feeling good about Puljujarvi maybe getting some extra playing time here in Moncton that he didn't get in Edmonton, and getting a chance to shine, maybe developing a little. Until episode number 10, this is East Coast Gaming signing out. Thanks very much for watching this off-season episode. Really like the moves, like I said, and we'll come back in episode number 10 with Year 3 Sim. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, like and subscribe if you like what you see. Thanks for watching, and for sure comment. I really need the feedback, guys. I'm new to YouTube, and I really want to make this series as good as possible for you guys. Just seeing that the last video got 61 views may not seem like a lot, but I'm seeing progress, and I appreciate every single one of you who take the time to either watch my video, and I even have 6 subscribers, which might not seem like a lot, but when I started this, I didn't really think that 6 people would bother to have to listen to me every couple of days. So I'm very thankful for that, and episode 10 will be coming out shortly because I'm so excited to get this year going. The Navs are going places here, guys. The Navs are definitely going places. Until then, East Coast Gaming, see you in episode 10.